You've probably heard the phrase, facts tell, but stories sell. Ever wonder why that is? It's because a good story does more than deliver information. It makes you feel something. It gives you a character to relate to, challenges to empathize with, and a journey you can imagine yourself in. When you do it right, your audience isn't just hearing your words, they're living into them in their minds. And that's exactly why one of my clients had a painful but powerful lesson in the art of storytelling. Now, Jennifer was an accountant who had specialized in working with health and wellness entrepreneurs. And one day she had got what she thought was the opportunity of a lifetime, a paid speaking slot at a major health and wellness conference. How cool is that? She spent months preparing. She told herself, I'm going to blow them away with my expertise. I'm going to walk away with so much business, I won't even know what to do with it. Then she got on the stage and gave them everything she knew, all the accounting jargon, bookkeeping tips, technical know-hows, and hours worth of pure information. She walked off the stage proud. But when she stepped into her booth to meet the rush of new clients she expected, almost no one came. She told me later, Kenny, I don't even think I'm cut out for speaking. I just don't connect with people on stage. It should just stick to podcast interviews. And the truth was, it wasn't that she was a bad presenter. It's just that she made the same mistake most experts make. She taught instead of connecting. Her talk was all facts, no story. The audience didn't even remember what she said because there was nothing to feel. And she gave too much technical jargon. Whether you're doing a presentation or in front of a group or a sales presentation, this stuff makes a difference. And I told her, you are a storyteller, right? She laughed. No, I wouldn't even know where to start. So I pointed out that she just told me the story about her presentation, about her disappointment, about how she felt. That's all storytelling is. Taking a real moment, painting it clearly, and helping people to see it in themselves. From here, we got to work. Now, she hired me, full disclosure, she hired me to do a 90-day engagement where we worked on her presentation because she realized she was going to have other presentations coming up. She did podcast opportunities. She'd do occasional webinars, and she didn't want to continue making that mistake. So what we did is we did a story audit and looked back through her life, her work, her clients, and we worked together to help her pull moments from her past experiences, professional wins and losses, meaningful client experiences. And we just jogged her memory and wrote all these different story ideas down. What are different memories? What are different stories that are entertaining? We didn't have to have a purpose or meaning for them at first. We just created an audit. And then we narrowed it down to the top 3 to 5 core ideas that she wanted her audience to remember in her presentations, in her podcast interviews. And we paired each idea that she wanted people to understand with a story that made it interesting and real. If you're actually at a party or something, right, you probably think of a handful of stories you commonly tell. Those are great stories. You can pull from those. You probably have them already rehearsed. So then it's thinking, how can I take one of the stories that are entertaining, that make people laugh, that are impactful, that make people think, and connect them with something I want people to remember, with a lesson, etc. It's a process, and you can do it too. In her case, one of her most powerful stories came from a client who had recovered from cancer and wanted to start a nonprofit health program to help others. This was a real human moment. It was inspiring. It was emotional. It had stakes and it had transformation. So when she told that story, now imagine hearing a story of someone's journey to recover through cancer, the inspiration that it had, the impact that it had on people before hearing her accounting tips. Suddenly, the numbers weren't just numbers. They were the fuel that makes something deeply meaningful possible. That's when she got it. Stories aren't extra fluff. They're the bridge that connects facts into feelings. And if you want people to remember you, hire you, and take action, you can't just give them information. You have to make them feel something. And here's the simple formula we used. Hook them with the story. Make it real, relatable, and specific. Connect it to the lesson you want to teach. Show them the transformation that is possible, that turns an information dump into an invitation to change. If you're a coach, advisor, or an expert, any background, you've got an incredible knowledge to share, but facts alone won't move people. Start collecting your stories, the experiences that you've had. Tie them to the lessons you want people to know and remember. And watch how much easier it is to connect, engage, and enroll people into new possibilities without ever having to feel salesy. If you'd like help mapping out your core lessons to more powerful, memorable stories using a similar process to what I shared with her, I invite you to connect. Tune into the Growth Amplifiers podcast. We interview different thought leaders. They share their stories. And when you have the right story, it could be the right reason someone finally says yes to their next step with you. And that will help you make a difference in that person's life. And the ripple effect goes on for eternity. Until next time, keep on amplifying. If you have a thought, idea, or a topic you'd like to see in an upcoming video, please share. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks.
To show your support, take a moment to amplify this message by sharing it online. To connect with me or gain more business growth insights, visit www.growthamplifiers.com. Thank you for your support.